Welcome to Holly's Pandorium, featuring your host, psychic medium Holly Jordan.
Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Holly from Holly's Pandorium, and I have a new guest with me. She's not new to me, but she's new to the channel. So I want to introduce everybody to Stephanie. Hello, Stephanie. I'm so glad you're here today.
Hi, I'm glad to be here as well.
So Stephanie and I met a few years ago. Was it before COVID or during COVID? I don't remember. I think it was before. Was it? Gosh, it's been a few years.
No, it's been longer. I think it had to have been right after I had my son, so 6 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, and you know what? I think it may have been in the beginning of COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's been a while. I just know it's been
Yeah.
a while. Yeah. So we kind of bumped into each other online, I guess, and started doing some work on a psychic page online. And it was really fun. And we just would chat periodically and share things with each other. And it was really fun. And so you live far away from me. I am in Washington State, and you are in
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Yep.
And so we have a very big time difference, but we manage and we figure it out and we visit whenever we can. But
Yeah.
I know a little bit about your backstory, but I'm looking forward to you sharing how you got started in the paranormal. So if you wouldn't mind, take a moment and just kind of let everybody know what happened to you. When did you start getting involved, or when did the paranormal kind of introduce itself to you when you were growing up? How did that come about?
So growing up, my mom actually had a friend that did tarot that she would bring me to the house, and I, would just be there when she was getting it done. And, I would play with her cards and stuff. So I've always been exposed to it. I never was sheltered or nothing. Like,
Good.
it was open, I guess we could say.
Right.
But for me, when I realized that I was gifted, I was 9. And I had absolutely no clue what was going on. But my Nana had just died. And me and my little cousin were supposed to be sleeping, but we were sitting on the bed and we were talking, and we were talking about my grandmother because she literally had just died.
Okay.
And I had said to her, I said, well, I can still talk to her, can't you? And she was like, no. And that's the first time that I realized that I was gifted, but I had absolutely no clue what that meant. And from there, obviously, I was 9. It didn't do nothing, but I always was just able to hear her.
Right.
And I was just always able to not just hear her, but I was able to talk. Like, she was just there, and I was able to talk to her. And anytime I needed, or there was something going on, she was just there. And then as I got older, started going to like psychics or tarot readers and stuff like that, they always would be like, you are incredibly gifted. Stop questioning yourself, because when you realize you're gifted, you're also questioning yourself. Am I crazy?
100%.
Is this real?
Mhm.
So they always were just like, you are very, very gifted, every single one. And they would tell me, you need to use this, you need to use it. I probably did not start using it Um, let's see. Um, I didn't start doing readings until around the time me and you met. Um, I want to say maybe a little tiny bit I got into it right before I got pregnant. Um, but really doing readings for people, I think was during COVID.
Yeah.
That's when I really dove into it.
Well, and I feel like there was something about COVID. Um, I feel like, and maybe you can speak to this too. I feel like psychically there was something going on in the spirit world that was profound. I feel like there was a sense of urgency to me to make myself available to people. I just felt like there was so much anguish, there was so much hurt, there was so much fear. There was a lot of negative emotions flying around everywhere, and it wasn't just people making comments on the news or on chatting with Facebook or whatever. It was, you know, it just was an energy. It was everywhere all the time for me. It
Mhm.
felt like it was just in the air. And so
Like you
I
were
felt
needed.
yes,
Yeah,
absolutely, that's exactly what it was. I just felt like I need to be doing this.
yeah.
And,
I think
it
yeah,
yeah.
yep, because people were stuck at home
Mhm.
also, and it was like so many people were on the internet. They had people passing away. I felt like people were just going crazy. They were by themselves or they were with their children or with the same people. Um, and I feel like some people just didn't didn't know how to deal with it or they just needed someone. So
Right.
yeah, that kind of and I think I did too. I needed that
Well,
because
that's
I was stuck at home with a newborn.
yeah, see, that's totally fair. So, I was at home with my husband, and we felt okay. I mean, other than when we got COVID, which was really sucky, but I just felt like, we needed to socialize. We needed to be around other people. It felt odd to not be able to sit around a table and talk to people. And it was like, it's like when someone says you, well, you can't do that right now. Well, then that's the thing you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I
And
agree. Yeah.
so how do you fix that? How do you deal with that? And besides that, the sense of urgency to be available was profound. And I had never I had never set up or been a part of a psychic system. I
Mm,
had always done readings in person, one-on-one or on the phone with people I knew or someone was referred to me or whatever. And so, Stephanie really helped me um, just kind of stretch out and do more online. And so I ended up setting up a psychic page of my own and working with her on a group page, and it was a blast. I mean, it wasn't super active at first, but every person that we got to help, it just felt a little better. It just
mm,
felt a little better, and it was like a sense of relief, like, "Oh my god, I'm finally able to do something to help." It just
mhm,
it just was like an ounce of water in a cup. It was just a teeny bit of water to let, "Okay, well, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be
mhm.
alright. Everything's gonna work out." But it was also a transition to doing a lot more online
Yeah,
for
a lot.
me.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, and for me, because I mean,
Yeah,
I wasn't used to doing it at all, and you just have so many people come in and they just have questions.
yeah.
Yeah, so it
It
was
stretches you, but you did really well. You did really, really well. But I didn't know, I mean, I never thought about psychic stuff remotely intentionally. Like, I'd done things remotely, but this was the first time I intentionally set aside time for people to contact me, send me their photograph, and I would read the photograph. I had done a lot of tactile readings up until that point, and so you don't know what you can do until you try.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And, it was, yeah, it was an experience. And you definitely got drained. It
Yeah.
was draining because there were I mean, you felt people's energy and you could just could feel their heartbreak or,
Mhm.
whatever it was they were going through, you just felt it, and that was
Well,
strange
and
you
the emotional state of the country was very intense, and it was happening all over the world. It wasn't just the United States, it was everywhere.
Mhm.
And so for
Yep.
some of us, this is very fresh in our mind. One of my husband's cousins actually passed away from COVID, a 52-year-old lady, and we were shocked. It's like it's weird when you hear about other people passing away that you don't know and you feel sad for them, but it's a little overwhelming when it's someone that you know. And I didn't really know this cousin. I hadn't met her, but my husband did, and he was kind of in a state of shock for a while. It was like, how is this real? It just didn't seem real. It seemed very odd that so much was going on all at once.
Mhm.
But
I had,
definitely, yeah.
um I had my uncle
Mhm.
on my dad's side and my grandmother on my mother's side. They died within 24 hours of each other
Wow.
of
From
COVID.
COVID?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that, but that's awful.
I
I'm
don't
so
I don't think I posted it because it was
yeah.
it was hard. Now my grandmother, um, she was suffering with I don't remember if it was Alzheimer's or dementia, but whatever one it was. Um, and it yeah, it was hard on her. So my aunts did not take any measure. They didn't do anything when she got COVID. Put it that way.
Mm, okay.
Um, she was vaccinated, but they didn't do the medicine. They didn't do um, any treatment for the
Yeah.
COVID, um, because of the dementia. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
give anybody medicine.
Right. It's complicated. Yeah,
Yeah. So
definitely.
as hard as it was, that was this decision, and it was hard for all of us. But we knew that my grandmother woke up every single day wondering where her husband was, and he had passed away. So
Oh,
yeah, and
that would be rough.
yeah, so they
Yeah,
knew. Yeah. And then my
definitely.
uncle just got COVID and was in the hospital, and about a week, and then he just
Wow, that was very quick. My goodness, that's incredible.
yeah, yeah.
So since COVID and expanding your reading and doing more with reading, what do you think of that? How did that change your life to do that?
Um, I don't know. I don't feel like it changed my life. It just brought out a different side of me.
Okay.
Um, it made me feel okay with doing this. Um, it made me realize that I am gifted and I can do this.
Mhm.
Um, I don't, I don't do it all the time, but when I can, I will go on and I'll do some readings. Um, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy doing the readings. Sometimes it is very tiring.
Yes, it can be.
Um, yeah. So, well, I do it on TikTok, and that's like obviously, people are just scrolling, so they're just coming in.
Right.
So it's very quick, and they're just questions, 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 questions.
Right.
So, I mean, you can have times 10 people in the room, you can have 100 people in the room,
Yeah.
and you're feeling all of this. So, yeah, it gets overwhelming. I keep crystals in my hands,
I
and
bet. I
I
bet.
fidget with those. I'll have incense going. Um,
So
it,
I think that's kind of like an online gallery reading is what you're describing, it sounds like. Like if you were in a room with a bunch of people, but you're not, you're online with a bunch of people, but you still feel it. There's still that visceral connection. It's physical. You
yes,
physical, and I think that's something that people don't realize. Psychic, trying to understand what a psychic does when you're not psychic or you're just you're a budding psychic getting into it. It's a little intimidating, but you definitely know it when it's happening because
mm,
it's physical. You know, don't just hear or sense things, you feel it. You feel people's energy, you feel their feelings, you feel their concerns, you feel, if there's anxiety, you feel it. If there's joy, you feel it. So if you're doing this stuff on TikTok and you've got a room full of people, I can just imagine.
yes, yes,
Wow, that's a lot of people.
yeah, it is. It's a lot. And I forgot what I was gonna say, but totally forgot. Oh, I think something some people should also realize is that there's a difference between somebody that is taught how to do this
Hmm.
and someone that's naturally gifted.
Right.
People that are doing tarot, most of them are taught.
Hmm.
They're using those cards. That's
Right.
how they're doing those readings.
Right.
Versus people that are naturally gifted, like you and myself, we don't need those things.
Right.
And for us, we also are dealing with all of their energy, but we are also dealing with our energy and our guides and
Hmm.
angels and everything that's, around us.
Right.
So it's like some people will be overwhelmed like this, but we're overwhelmed like so much. And
Yeah.
yeah, people, I feel like some people, they just have no idea what it's like. No idea. And you know what? Maybe it's a blessing that they shouldn't, because
I feel like I don't know why I have this thought in my head, but I feel like it's like being at a car wreck, but not a car wreck.
yeah.
There's so many emotions flinging at you all at once: the shock, the awe, the fear, the amazement, the concern. But it's not all bad. In this case, it's like a hodgepodge of stuff happening at once, a pot boiling. There's all this stuff happening, and it's a ton of energy. It's a ton of energy. It's like maybe the first time you had an energy drink or a strong cup of coffee, and you're just jazzed. You just have this ta-da all the time kicking in, and you're going, wow, and there's this and there's that and there's,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, and wow. Maybe the first time you walked in a candy store, that complete amazement of, oh, look at that. Wow, what is that? I wonder what that smells like. Whoo, that looks like it would be yummy. There's all these things coming at you at once, and you're going, wow. And you don't have the sense to even write it down or sort it. It's just boom, and you deal with it. What do you deal
Yeah.
with first? How do
Yeah.
you what do you start with?
Yep. Yeah. You just
It's
read the
amazing.
questions. Try to
Yeah.
get through as many people as you can.
Yep. Yep. Well, and I don't know. Now let's talk about this for a second, because this is something I've never thought about. So historical psychics from 100 years ago, they never necessarily had an opportunity quite like the internet to process that much psychically all at once.
Mm,
Now, maybe a really large gallery reading would be like that, perhaps. Do you think? I think maybe
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it
Because
could be like that because you can
yeah.
get bombarded. And remember, okay, in the movie Ghost, I love I love this scene where Ella May, which is Whoopi Goldberg, sitting in a room, and she finally can see all the ghosts for real.
Yes.
They're all lining the walls of the room. Okay. And she's like, wait a minute. And they all are trying to talk. As a psychic medium, when you're dealing with souls, that actually happens. That actually happens. You could be sitting in a room and they all want to talk at once. And it sounds like you're in a restaurant.
Yes.
There's all this chatter, minus the clinking of glasses and forks and knives and spoons on a plate, minus those sounds. It's the same. It's da 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 all around you all the time. And so it's kind of chaotic. But then as you learn to focus and you can narrow in and get everybody to calm down and set some boundaries, you can kind of navigate a little bit. Because when it first happens, I don't know, maybe you can speak to this too. The first time it happened, I felt like a bystander watching things flying past me. It was like, what? You know, I'd hear things and see things, and it was like, I just felt stupefied. I don't know what word to use for it. It was so much going on at once, and it was like, wait a minute, everybody slow down. And then finally,
Um.
it's like, oh, how do you make sense of all of it at once? It's a lot.
So I don't get that, and I feel like my guides will block it. I feel
Yeah,
like my guides and my nana and now my dad, they block stuff and they
yeah,
don't let stuff through.
right,
So, I don't get that bombardedness,
right.
uh, which thank thank God. But one thing I do get is when I'm at, let's say, the birthday party this weekend,
Yeah,
because I'm
yeah,
also an empath. It's That's more overwhelming, is
yeah,
feeling other people's emotions.
yeah.
That's, for me, it's harder than being in a room with the ghosts, because you can tell those ghosts to shut up. You can tell them to be quiet,
That's an excellent point. That
but
is an excellent point.
you cannot tell other people's emotions, or
Right.
other people that have absolutely no idea
Yeah.
what you're feeling. You can't be like, "Hey, can you turn off your emotions?" Yeah.
That is
So
so true. That's an excellent point, Stephanie, because there are times just in public, and it could be the grocery store, it could be the gas station. It could, someone will just walk by and it's like, whew. It's
yeah.
almost like there's a smoke that is invisible that's around them, this cloud, and it could be so intense. And I don't mean it's not like it's not always bad stuff. Don't I don't want people to think that. It's not that it's bad. It's just that it's strong. It's just strong. It's like walking through a crowd of people and there's always somebody that's bumping your shoulder, bumping your shoulder, bumping your shoulder. But it's a weight. It actually feels like a weight sometimes when people walk by, and it's just what they're carrying around with them. And I think people have no clue how strong they are.
Mhm.
I don't think people realize, they don't think it's real, or they've never had a psychic experience, and none of that seems real. I think we all have it. I believe that in my heart of hearts, 100%. Everyone has the ability to sense things. You can tell when someone's happy and you walk in a house, someone's got a
Mhm.
good energy, you feel it.
Yeah. Yep, yeah, yeah, and when some people don't realize, like, when you get those gut instincts, that's
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of studies that say that people that work in the medical field, police officers, firemen, that they have a strong sense of instinct. And there has been information that I have read. I got to save these articles when I read them. It talks about how a lot of people that are in the medical field or public service, I'll put it that way. People that are in public service type of jobs tend to be more psychic.
Mm, I can
They
see
just
that.
have a stronger connection. They sense things about others around them, and it's very useful. And I think we've had it forever. I think we had it as people before we became an organized group of civilization. I think that we had it to survive. I think it's our natural instinct, just like you sense someone walking up behind you when
Mhm.
you don't hear them or see them. You feel them. Well, that's a form of psychic experience. So if you want to go from that stream, we're all a little psychic.
Yeah, yeah. Or you can feel when somebody's, like, watching you. Like, if
Yes. Right.
you're in, like, a party and you could
And
just
how do you
tell.
explain that? How do you define that?
Uh,
It's like air. You're breathing it because you were told, well, it's there, but you can't see it, but you
yeah,
know it's real because you're able to breathe.
yeah.
Psychic stuff is that simple. It's there all the time. It doesn't go away. And being empathic, I think, is definitely, or as people say sometimes, a sensitive. If someone's a sensitive, bless their hearts, when they go on a bus or they go out in public, someone that's empathic, you may not ever feel psychic. You may not ever feel like you're ever going to see a ghost, or it's just not part of your life experience. You're not interested in knowing what's going on in other people's lives. But by gosh, you can sure feel when they're angry, and you can sure
Mhm.
feel when they're sad, and you can walk in and feel like, is that my feeling? Why am I mad all of a sudden? What is that? I'm not mad. Well, it's not you, sweetie. It's not you. It's somebody else.
Yeah.
And just being able to know that is a lifesaver. I've known many people in my lifetime that were so frustrated and confused. It's like they felt like they were on a roller coaster ride all the time.
Yeah,
Happy,
yeah,
sad, angry, confused, and it wasn't even them.
yeah, yeah. Um, I ex well, I experienced that really with Zach. Uh, I told you, remember, we had, like, connected, and I didn't understand it because it was the first time it's probably the first time I've ever been around somebody that I had a connection with, but also was connected to this world, if he's
Mhm.
also an empath. But there would be times where I'd be talking to him, and all of a sudden, I would get exhausted to the point where I'm on my couch, and I would just wanna fall asleep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What?" Or I would be perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden, I would just kinda feel blah, and he wouldn't even be he'd be home or
Yeah.
wherever.
Yeah.
Um, or I would wake up, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kid Why am I awake right now?" And of course, you're awake, and it's 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. What do? Go on your phone real quick, and then I go on Facebook, and I see he's on, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god."
Yeah.
So, being connected also like that was
Mhm.
weird,
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
And then my son, I feel I'm very connected with him as well because, I can feel his emotions. I pick up his emotions a
Oh, yeah.
lot.
Sure.
Um, and that is probably the hardest one because he can't express his feelings, so
Yeah.
I'm feeling these feelings,
Yeah.
and I'm feeling like this frustration or, this anxiety, and I'm like, "I don't feel this.
Yeah.
I'm not," but
Yeah.
he must be.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. It totally
Yeah,
makes sense.
yep, but
It makes sense.
it's great. It's just so crazy
It is.
being connected like that. Yeah,
So
yeah.
what other things do you feel like you've been through or experienced being aware of the paranormal? Is there other things in the paranormal that you've noticed or that you've been around in your life?
I had a very, we'll say, magical experience when my father passed away because I was with him when he died. Um, this will be very hard because
It's okay.
so when my dad died, I was there. Um, he wasn't awake, he wasn't coherent, he wasn't anything for days.
Right.
And I went, seen him, spent time with him. I was wetting my dad's lips.
Right.
My dad opened his eyes, and I was just like, "Hi, Dad," and I heard, "I just needed to see my baby girl one last time."
Aw, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it was like literally he opened his eyes, couple seconds, closed them. And when he passed, probably had had to have been maybe a half hour, maybe I'm not really sure because we did hospice at home for him.
Sure.
So I had my head down on his bed, and I was holding his hand, and
Mhm.
I was just, you know, spending that time with him.
Right.
And I had my eyes closed, and I was able to see my dad go to heaven.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that
Um,
like?
so my family was on the other side.
Mhm.
Um, when my dad's mom died, he never got over that.
Mhm.
He just never did. And then his brother, which he was super, super close to, when he passed away, it was the same. He just
Yeah.
missed them. So when I had to let my dad go, I knew that he was going to be able to see them. That is one thing, even to this day, that gets me through.
Yeah.
So I'm on one side of the fence.
Mhm.
They're on the other side waiting for
Right.
him.
Right.
And he looked back and I said, "Go ahead. It's okay." And it was I when this happened, I'll show you. I found this. I actually did a drawing when this happened. It's a I can't draw, so it's horrible. But um so let me see. Uh whatever palace we'll call it. I couldn't
Okay.
even tell you.
Okay.
The family, my dad going through the gates,
Right.
the rainbow, angel, the flowers, like, it was just this uh, this is so old too. I mean, my dad, I think it's been, I don't even know how many years. I
Yeah.
don't really try not to keep track, but,
No, you don't need to track that. It's okay.
it
I
was the most magical it was beautiful, and it was magical, and I'm just like, "Wow." And after that happened, I had to go and talk to somebody, not like a psychiatrist, but, somebody
Yeah.
in our world,
Right.
and that's, higher up. I'm like, "This is what happened to me. Did this happen? Was this real?" They
Right.
were like, "Yes, and it's rare."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, that happened, and it
It's
was."
intense.
Yeah, yeah, and God, like, it's magical. I just the only thing it's magical. It's like the best gift ever, but it is just beautiful and it's magical, and to experience that, obviously, it's hard, but freeing your loved one and letting
Yes.
them go and watching this.
But see,
It's
that's the thing. You got a glimpse of the in between.
Yeah.
And it's the type of thing that I wish, I've said this many times in my life, I wish I could plug something into my brain and let people see what I see, because it would make them feel so much better. They would feel so much better.
Yeah.
They would be shocked, they would be amazed, they would be relieved.
Yeah.
More than anything, they would be relieved. They would have this sense of, there is more. This isn't all there is. It's right in front of me. I can see it. It's palatable. It's as real as my glasses. I mean, it's right there. It's real. You
Yep.
can't, and it's one of those things where people have to experience it to really believe it and understand it, because it doesn't seem possible.
And even when you experience it, you have to go ask somebody if what you just
Well, because
experienced
it's
was
like,
real.
did that just happen? Well, I think that happens with everything with the paranormal to a degree. We
Yeah.
second guess ourselves so much. Whether you saw a fairy or a Bigfoot or a dog man or whatever you saw, whatever you heard, whatever you felt, it just seems like the natural go-to is, no, I didn't.
Mhm.
There's that weird, that couldn't be real. I was
Yeah.
imagining that. We have this weird conversation with ourselves,
Yes.
and it's like, why do we do that?
Mhm.
Why do we dissect something just because it's unusual? What human nature? Well, did I?
Yeah.
No, I couldn't have done that. But it's not just what you see, the feeling is there too, and that's, I think, the clincher. Because it's not like you blinked and your imagination created this picturesque thing.
Mhm.
You go with somebody mentally for a moment, and you're right there at the gates, and you're right there at the maybe not the gates. For some people, they don't like that terminology. Let's just say you're right there at the veil, and you're right there at the transitional point. And it's different for everybody. Not everybody sees the same thing. I can
Mhm.
say that for a fact, because I've been around enough of it. And I can say that the feeling is the same, though. It's intense. It's love. It's 100 times love. It is so peaceful and so warm and beautiful.
Yes.
There's nothing to fear.
Mhm.
And I'm so glad that you drew that picture. I just love that picture. You've showed that to me before, and it just blows me away, because it's incredible that so
Yeah.
much, it's beautiful, and there's so much going on.
And
I don't know. It's
that's what it is too, because it is like it's beautiful. It's
Mhm.
There's water, there's birds, there's flowers. I mean, it's just you know what it is? When people are sick,
Yeah,
they're sick here, like they're in pain, they're sick. And
yeah,
when they go, they're free. And it's beautiful. And
yeah.
that is what it's like everything just went away. And now I'm in no pain. I am myself. And for my dad, it was, I can walk again. I
Oh,
am free.
yeah,
I can be the man that I am. I'm
yeah,
no longer sick.
yeah.
And yeah, it was so cool.
I think that's definitely one of the things that, I think the first time I saw that, I don't even remember how old I was. The first time I saw someone in the afterlife with their other body, with their spiritual body, and I remember somebody looking at their hands and turning them, and kind of like, hey, different skin, different,
Mm,
it's like they were younger again,
mhm.
and they felt their body strength, and it was like they were standing, there was no pain. If anybody's ever hurt themselves, we all have. We've banged our elbows, we've tripped, we've fallen. Some of us have had broken bones. or injuries and dealt with pain, if you didn't ever feel any owies ever again, how crazy good would that be?
Mhm.
And when you've
Exactly.
watched somebody suffer and been miserable and sick beyond words and beyond to see that gone and to see them smile and just that vibration of joy that comes off of them, there's nothing bad about dying. As much as I know someone that's maybe grieving watching this right now, forgive me. I know that losing a loved one is insurmountable. The grief is absolutely beyond words, but there's more to it than what you're feeling right now. There's so
Mhm.
much more. And when you're ready, you can watch this episode again and see there's so much more that's better. And they are happy. They are okay. They're safe. They're not suffering at all. In fact, they're having a better time than we are. I
Yeah.
would say that they're having a much better time than we are right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I will say, to anybody that is grieving or having a hard time, I have a hard time
Oh,
every day,
of
every day.
course. Oh, yeah.
And but the one thing, that gets me through this is my dad's not sick and he's with his family.
Yeah.
Um, Now for me, I am still able to communicate with my dad.
Yeah.
So for me, it is a little bit different, and some people will be like, "Well, that times where I'm like, I want him here. I want him here." So it is good that he is around me. He's around my son, but he's not here. So yeah, I'm lucky, but I don't know how to explain it. It's not the same.
It's not the same as
No.
physical contact and being in the physical world. I agree. It does feel less. It leaves you with a sense of longing. I know for me it does. Um, because going to pick up the phone to call him is the hardest thing. That instinctive sense of, "Oh, I gotta tell my mom. Ah, damn it."
Or
And then yeah.
or you're like, "Oh, I got a question. I can just ask my dad." And you're like, "No, I can't."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Those are rough.
Yeah.
Those are rough. So,
Yep.
psychics can't take and mediums cannot take away that for you if you are grieving, but hopefully, if the spirits are all willing, you can talk to a medium or psychic and get some information, get some closure, get some last words together. I think that's one of my favorite things to do for people is make that connection one more time.
Yes, and some people also need to know that when somebody can't connect with your loved one, it does not mean that we are fake or we can't do this, because a lot of people will think that. But
Yeah.
people need to realize that people get reborn
Yeah.
and people also get stuck.
Yes.
Um, so when we can't connect, it doesn't mean this, it doesn't mean that. It just could mean go look at somebody's child that was born or your child that was born after, this loved one passed away and see, hmm, does that child have some characteristics that that person did?
Right.
Or, does that person look like that person a lot? Um, but there's a lot of things that can go on. And one thing is them being stuck.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Purgatory? Stuck in purgatory?
Yeah. Yeah.
Purgatory. Um, my sister passed 2 years before my dad got killed in a car accident.
Mhm.
I don't know where she is. And that, I will say, is one thing that bothers me because I am very gifted, because I can communicate with all these people. It's
Mhm.
like, where is she? Where are you?
Yeah.
W Where did you go? Where, like,
Yeah.
that is something I can't answer, and, I have never had anybody be able to pick up on her. Never. So, um, I well, no, we can sometimes communicate with people that are stuck,
Right.
and we can
Sometimes.
try to help them cross over, but
Definitely.
I just I don't know. I don't know.
That's the other thing I think people need to understand too is psychics don't have all the answers.
Mhm.
There's the joke that, well, if you're really a psychic, then why aren't you winning the lottery? I love that question. In
Because
fact,
our
I have a scratch off. I have just as much of a chance of getting something as anybody else and just as much of a chance of not getting. It doesn't work like that.
Mhm.
Now, I've heard of people that are gifted with things like that,
No,
with,
yeah.
they can find their luck easier than others, perhaps, is a way to put it. But genuinely, we're just as grounded to the earth as anybody else. We have the same ailments, sometimes more. I'm not sure why that is, but yeah, we definitely go through a grinder in this life just like everybody else. We definitely have to experience everything on a primal level. We still have to work. We still have to do our laundry and take care of all the earthly stuff as anyone else. We
Yeah.
don't know everything that's going to happen. We don't know everything that's going to happen to the person we're reading. We know what's in the moment that our spirit guides and your spirit guides are willing to tell us. There's things that they will not share.
Mhm.
There's things that they will not, there's doors they won't open. And it's because you're supposed to learn something without any intervention. And then the flip side of that same coin is there's times when people are sent to us, they find us, they stumble upon us or whatever, and they're supposed to know something to help them go to the next part of their life journey. And those are fun. Those are so awesome. I love, 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 love getting to share with people that they have a job that they dreamed about when they were 5 years old that they're finally going to get. It's coming,
Yeah.
or the ones where people have been looking for love for years and they're just really ready to give up, and a spirit guide is saying 2 more years. That's it. 2 more years.
Uh,
Work on yourself, take care of yourself. 2 more years and this person's going to come to you. And it's
Mhm.
like, "Oh my gosh." Because there's that point of hopelessness in our lives where we don't feel like anything's going to work out. And when we can find out psychically that, yeah, it is, because you need that little grain of hope. You need that little bit of keeping you alive and keeping you in the right frame of mind so that you can move forward without giving up. You need something to cling to. And that's what we're here for. That's why
Mhm.
we do this. It's that strand of faith. It's that strand of, well, this psychic told me that things are going to get better, so maybe they are. And then they do. And then the next best part I love is the follow-ups. I
Yeah.
ask people to get back to me and tell me how things are going. Oh, I love that. I so
Yeah.
love that. I love
Yeah.
to hear
I
that.
I do. I like the updates.
Yeah.
Those are always great. Um,
Yeah.
or people will come and be like, "This happened. This happened. I met him. This happened." I'm like,
Yeah.
"That's great." You
Yeah.
don't have to tell them, like,
Yeah.
keep me updated and,
Yeah.
um, stuff like that. But people also have to, which this is something that I learned from TikTok just from watching other people, is
Mhm.
that, um, we are all, what do they say? We're all our own people, like stuff can change in an instant. Like,
Mhm.
today we could be with the person that we think we're going to be with for the rest of our life, and the psychic told you, well, you're going to be with that person for the rest of your life because at that moment, at that day, that's what you're feeling, and we're picking up your energy. But
Right.
tomorrow, you decide, well, I don't like this person anymore. I don't want to be with this person anymore. And now you're not with them.
Right.
But at the reading time, our energy is picking up that you love this person, you're with this person, you're going to be with this person.
Right.
So people also have to understand free will. That's what it's called. We all have
Yes.
our own free will. That's,
Always.
yeah, that is. And I learned that from doing the readings. And
Yeah.
we all can change. We could change our mind. We could say, yeah, you're going to meet somebody next week, but you bumped into your ex and you guys started talking again. And well, guess what? The person that you were going to meet next week, you just walked by because you are talking to your ex now.
That's
So
exactly
you
right.
missed that opportunity.
Yeah.
So, people don't understand that as well. But
Yeah.
once you explain it, yeah, they.
Well, I think it's funny
Mhm.
because I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like there's this weird dichotomy where people have a sense, well, if a psychic told me this is going to happen, then it's going to happen. But they don't take into account anything else.
Right.
So the person that, in the case of romance, the person that you maybe are supposed to meet, maybe they turned left when they were going to turn right. Maybe you got distracted by something else. Things happen. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in the in between that can
Yep.
alter things. Does that mean that you're never going to meet this person? No, it means something else will be arranged for you to meet this person,
Yep.
but it's going to have to be further down the road because you both took different turns. You both took different opportunities to do something else in the right now that's going to alter tomorrow and next week and next year and so on and so forth. I have a lady that I've read for a long time, and bless her heart, she's had somebody that was supposed to be in her life 2 years ago, but she's stuck doing things that are preventing her from moving forward. She's afraid and comfortable and keeping things in a certain realm. And until she gets out of her own way, he can't get near her.
Hmm.
She's not ready to be with this person. Her mindset is wackadoodle for progress.
Yep.
It's perfect for maintaining. And there's some people that are ready to maintain their life and not make any changes and not grow and just stay where they're at because it's scary and change is terrifying. And I get that. Change is always terrifying. But this other person that would complete her and make her feel amazing every day because they're there and they're part of who she's supposed to be later on, she's missing out on all that because she's not progressing. She's not letting go. She's not moving forward. We all are guilty of it. I've done it. We've all done it. You get comfortable and think, this is what I have. This is all that's going to be.
Hmm.
Well, the only thing constant is change. I remember the first time I heard that and I thought, what? Well, it's true. We go from day to night every day.
Yep.
We change seasons. We change clothes. Everything changes.
Hmm.
Our
Yeah.
bodies change dramatically. Everything changes.
Yep. Yeah. It's true. It's very, very, very true. Because if you do not do the work, no change.
So, what would you
So,
say to a new psychic if somebody was just figuring out that they're gifted? What suggestion? What do you wish somebody would have told you when you were starting out as a psychic?
uh, learn to ground yourself.
Yeah.
I think That is
That's a good
probably
Yep.
the
Yep.
first thing I would tell somebody is learn to ground yourself, learn to protect your energy, um, sage like them. I mean, if you feel the need to sage it.
Yep.
Um, but as far as moving forward as it and developing is what I actually do tell people is go with what you're feeling. If you are feeling like rosemary is better than sage for you, you go with rosemary.
Right.
If you feel like this crystal you're drawn more towards, go for it. Go with what you are feeling. Don't go with what you watch on YouTube or you see on TikTok or Facebook. Go with you, what you're
Yeah.
feeling in here, because that's you, that's your intuition. That is your guides guiding you. Um, learn your learn what you like and what feels good to you. That's
Yes.
very important. You know, if you feel drawn to tarot, okay, do tarot. If you feel drawn to rods, which is something I learned about, um, go do that. Another thing is bones. Fine.
Yeah.
Um, whatever you are drawn to, go do that and
Right.
practice. And
Yeah.
you don't have to do just one thing. You could
Right.
do
Try
a
it all.
lot. Yeah.
Try it all.
Yep.
And I love that you said that because people, I know when we're learning any subject, we tend to want to watch others that already do that.
Mhm.
Well, how does this person do that? So there's nothing wrong with looking at what other people do, but Stephanie is correct. You kind of got to feel like a kid again and just
In
run
the
around the
candy
playground.
store.
Yep, a kid in a candy store. What
Try this.
feels good?
Try.
Go
Yeah.
go through the bookstore and stick your hand out, stick your right hand out after you've protected yourself.
Yep.
Always important.
Yep.
And just see what vibrations are coming through your hands.
Mhm.
Typically, for most people, your dominant hand, they say, is the one that picks up stuff. Doesn't matter if let me just sidebar that. It doesn't matter if you're left or right-handed. Typically, your left hand receives and your right hand receives energy and your right hand senses things. Okay. So if you're walking through a store and your right hand, just leave your right hand out. Who cares if anybody's watching you? Doesn't matter. Just kind of stick a couple fingers up. Just kind of feel. Are you noticing anything? Does anything, don't go by your eyes, go by your senses. What do you
Mhm.
feel? If you something or attracts you, look at it, pick it up, hold it. Does it feel different? Do you notice anything? If there's nothing, put it down.
Yep.
Keep reaching, keep touching. When I go through a crystal store, if I'm in a funk, if I'm just in a weird mood and I don't know what's going on, I just kind of run my fingers and just touch them with my fingers. And it's like, okay. It's not like you're touching fruit, you guys. It's a crystal. Go ahead and pick it up.
Mhm.
Hang on to it for a second.
Yep.
If your hand
Feel it.
warms up or tingles or does whatever it does, it could be the slightest sensation. If you get a zinger in your hand, keep it,
Yep.
buy it, do it. If there's nothing, then maybe you weren't supposed to get a crystal today. Maybe you were supposed to get something entirely different.
Mhm.
Walk through the book section.
Yep.
Walk through the incense section. Maybe you just need to smell something to let your senses relax. It could be anything really basic. It doesn't have to be fancy. And I totally agree. Try everything. Try it all. If something doesn't feel good to you or you feel uncomfortable, then don't. Do
Yeah.
something else.
Mhm. And same goes with if you are drawn to tarot decks or oracle.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of people start off with the rider, I think it's called.
Yeah. The
The
weight
rider.
rider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one and I will say I am not drawn to it. I don't like it. Um, I have there's no desire.
Yeah.
Um, now for me, I don't need the cards.
Right.
I have a couple. I just I'll even take them out when I'm doing a reading, and I'm like, why do I have these? Why do I have these? I don't need them.
Right.
Sometimes if I'm really not picking up something for somebody, I will pull a card just because I'm not getting anything. Maybe
Right.
this will. So I do that. So yeah, if you buy this and you don't like it, then get a different one.
Yeah.
You gotta feel it out what you're drawn to, and there could be just you don't need anything. I don't need anything.
Right.
They just need me. I could just,
Yeah.
and it just flow. And when I will tell you guys this, when you guys are asking questions, this is what happens. The answers just come.
Yep.
They're just there, and it just comes out of our mouth. And sometimes we don't even know what we're even saying. It just comes out
Yeah.
because that's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Just
Exactly.
flows. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Stephanie, I have to say you did a very good job on your
Thank
first
you.
interview.
Thank
And
you.
you'll have to come back and we'll have to do some more of the psychic chat stuff because
Yeah.
people love to hear about things. Because it's not very often that you get to hear a couple psychics just talk about what it's like to do this.
hmm
It's kind of fun, especially for new psychics when they're experimenting and wondering and thinking. It's nice to hear people that have done it a while say whatever. It's just nice to hear it. So
I agree.
this is Holly from Holly's Pandorium saying thank you to everybody. And as my dear friend Jay likes to remind me, please hit the like button and subscribe. And if someone wants to find you, can you just tell us really quick how to find you on TikTok?
Oh yes. So on TikTok, it is Mama Mode Unfiltered. But it's MUMMA Mode MONDE Unfiltered.
Cool. Thank you, sweetheart. I will
Thank
talk
you.
to you soon. And to
Okay.
everybody, hey, have a good day, and I'll see you next week. This is
Bye.
Holly from Holly's Pandorium saying thank you again.
You're
Talk
welcome.
soon, you guys.
Bye.